What is up, Rebel Nation family? It is your boy Deuces. I'm back once again. Thank you, guys. I actually have a different video for you guys today. It's actually about Takeoff being fatally shot in Houston. Um, this woman done a video. Her name is Lovely. She actually done a really neat video about it, and it actually talks about some things that in his last video before he actually got shot. It showed, it went over, and she actually made some really weird points on it. So we're going to check this out together, and we're going to go through it and actually like RIP pictures and the gun by him in his video, and its last breath is actually his video's name. So it's just really weird that all this coincides together. Does it or don't it? We're going to look over that, guys. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel, it's highly appreciated. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video.
And the music that's playing in the background is called Stop Breathing. And that's a song by Playboi Carti. So I always talk about words having power and spells. And it was just very interesting that the last thing he posted was a song called Stop Breathing. And he's no longer breathing. On top of that, they had also released their music video that same day, which was on October 31st on Halloween. And that video is called Messy. Okay. So I watched that video a few times and I noticed a few things that were really weird to me. In the video, there's a scene where Quavo is sitting on the bed and he's next to a contract and it says Migos on there, right? And there's also a gun. And I thought that was very interesting that there's a gun there and there's a contract and it looks like he's being forced to make some type of decision. He's contemplating something and then finally he just picks the gun. Then the scene scans over and we see Takeoff, and Takeoff is standing right next to a Grim Reaper sign and it says RIP. That sent me chills. Because like I said, I don't miss a lot. I'm a very visual person. So when I'm watching this and then I'm seeing him standing next to that, I went back and I rewound it and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I don't know if you guys.
And guys, look, can that be actually from Halloween coming around the corner? Sure it could. So can she be reaching a little bit with, trying to put the picture RIP and the gun and the contract and all this stuff together, pointing towards what happened to actually Takeoff fatally getting shot in Houston? Maybe so, guys. But I mean, the contract, the gun, it just all seems weird to me. So some things may actually coincide together. So anyways, guys, let's get right back into the video.
Guys notice when watching the video, Quavo's outfit has a bunch of outstretched hands. It's the thumbnail of the video. Another thing that's really creepy is if you look closely at Quavo's outfit in the bed, he has on pants, and on those pants, those are outstretched hands all over his pants. And when he's in the bed, he has on a white t-shirt. But then when he meets back up with Takeoff and they're walking in the hallway, he has on a full jacket and the jacket has a bunch of hands on them. And these aren't like handprints. They're not praying hands. These are like creepy hands, like hands that are ghoulish. They're cut at the wrist and it's almost like these hands are crying out for help. That's kind of the last image that you see when you think about scary movies or somebody drowning in the water or, reaching out for help. It's like that hand, that last gesture, that fear, them wanting to be saved. And he has this printed all over his shirt and his pants. I try to look up the designer. I'm assuming it's Alexander McQueen, but I might be wrong. But I try to look up who made this design, but it's very telling. Like these are outstretched, creepy hands. Is that something possibly foreshadowing that, this shooting was going to happen and that might have been the last thing that Takeoff would do is, kind of outstretch his hand looking for help? I don't know, but I just thought it was very eerie that he was wearing this shirt. And if you Google, creepy hands.
Look, guys, if you want to put everything in the video together and make something out of a video, and if something happens to the rapper getting shot, whether it's a car accident, whatever, okay, there's some things you could actually coincide with what may have happened, but the creepy hands, the outfit he's wearing reaching out as creepy hands, I don't find that actually a key factor in, well, him getting shot, because they said he wasn't actually the one that's supposed to have been shot in the first place. It was actually an accident. So I mean, I can actually say that I think she's a little reaching on that one. So that's my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. Let's continue with the video.
Hands are reaching for help. They look just like the hands that are on Quavo's entire outfit from head to toe. So that was another thing I saw in the video. On top of that, in the video, there's also a scene of people fighting over a card game where things are escalating and they're getting upset and they're about to fight. And I thought that was very interesting because the initial reports came out that this was supposedly behind a dice game, that Quavo was upset he was losing, and then words were exchanged and guns were pulled out. But now there's another female that's come out and she's saying that it wasn't necessarily over a dice game because somebody was teasing Quavo and he kind of got in his feelings. I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys what this girl wrote. It's going viral right now on social media. So the girl, because it's Halloween, she's in a Girl Scouts uniform. So she says this: I'm going to speak on this because I feel like I got to. I was right next to Takeoff, and they wasn't arguing about shooting dice. Quavo was pressed, and Takeoff was hit by a stray bullet for no reason. RIP Takeoff. He didn't deserve that. He was to himself the whole night. And you can see the final picture of Takeoff. It is on social media. She also posted it. And
guys, you know, it's sad because sometimes we can't even go out in this world and enjoy ourselves without something like that happening. It happens. It happens all the time. Look at the guy that done the Facebook thing. And he was on there talking about, he was a big Facebook person who did live streams, and people actually was jealous of him, the money he made. And they actually, you know, hunted him down to where he was at on his location and actually murdered the guy on Facebook. That's a true story. So this stuff happens all the time. Now we have famous rappers outside in Houston, Takeoff fatally shot by a stray bullet. This is ridiculous. And he was enjoying himself on Halloween. It just goes to show you we should love every moment of our lives, guys. Anyways, let's continue with the video.
And you can see his hair. You can see the outfit that he posted earlier. You can see his hair is really long, so we know that it's Takeoff. And right next to Takeoff is the girl in the Girl Scouts uniform outfit. So she was right next to him when he, you know, when everything happened. You know, by the grace of God, no stray bullets hit her as well, because she could have been vulnerable, you know, just standing next to him. She goes on to say this: I didn't come on here for clout. I'm sad that I watched somebody who was out the mix the whole time get killed on accident. They weren't arguing about dice. Takeoff wasn't even shooting with them. Then she goes on to say, they wasn't arguing inside. It started 5 minutes after we got outside. We was finna go to the strip club, and the argument started off as a joke and then escalated. Everybody was outside taking pictures. Somebody says, what was the joke? She replies back and she says, I guess Quavo being in the ring and a dude made a joke about fighting him and he got offended. So she's saying that it was a conversation that led into this. So basically, it seems like it was some ego type stuff. Either way, you know, regardless if it's a dice game or them arguing about fighting, it's still really, really sad how this went down. Another thing that's, you know, that's kind of disturbing too, you know, one of the popular slogans that come from Texas, we know NASA's down there, and one of the slogans that, you know, they've always said for years is Houston, we have a problem. Another slogan that comes from NASA is Houston, we're ready for takeoff. And Takeoff even had an album, and it was called The Last Rocket. And that was released on November 2nd, 2018. It's going to be literally 4 years to the date tomorrow on November 2nd when he put out that album called The Last Rocket. Another thing that was very interesting as well.
See, guys, and another thing we got to look at too is we have all these people trying to put pieces together of rappers, artists, movie theater, or movie stars in general. Things that, okay, so this album was called Takeoff because of NASA. So Takeoff released it because of Houston, NASA being in Houston. So she's trying to say that it was his last album. It's 4 years. So what does 4 years have to do with his death today? You see what I'm saying? Would it make a difference if it was 5 years, 6 years? It absolutely makes no sense at that point. So again, I got to say that has nothing to do with his death. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
Well, on top of that, is that Quavo and Takeoff also had a song called 2:30 on their latest album. And what's very interesting is that Takeoff was also killed at 2:30 in the morning. Now, their latest album is called Only Built for Infinity Links. Now, it's the latest collaboration between Quavo and Takeoff. You know, they all kind of dropped their own separate albums. So now they decided to come back together. And so this was the latest album, and he had been, you know, promoting it. And one thing that I found very interesting is that they were using the same logo as Meta. The whole, you know, the number 8 logo, the infinity link, you know, you're just always in an infinite, you know, type circle. They were using the same logo on social media. And I remember back when Facebook changed to Meta, and it caused a lot of controversy because a lot of people weren't really liking that name or the logo. And the meaning of Meta in Hebrew meant dead. Like your base. And so a lot of people are deeply into that. Like, does that mean that you're leaving your physical body and then your body's going to be transported into the metaverse, the world of the dead? Like, this is just really weird. But I remember that caused a lot of controversy. So it's very interesting that on this new album, Only Built for Infinity Links, that they're using the same logo as well. So there's a lot, that's going on here with this situation. It's a lot to digest. There's still a lot of information out there. So please understand, I didn't make this video to accuse anybody of anything, to make it feel like, Quavo's behind anything. That's not why I made this video. I just look at stuff, esoterically. So sorry if you guys can't get with that. Like I always tell you guys, that Bible verse that says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So I'm showing you all this stuff in these videos to show y'all that there's certain messaging, there's certain codings, and there's certain things that happen, that we may never be able to fully understand or grasp. But there is definitely something spiritual going on in the air. There's a lot of things going on right now in the environment, good and bad. And this whole situation is very sad. Again, I didn't make this video to, blast anybody or throw anybody under the bus. That's not, why I made this video. But I want you guys to see, just some of the spiritual aspects and how sometimes, you can bring things to fruition through imagery, through words that we speak. And I just found all these connections just really, really crazy. So I had to make a video about it. But with that being said, I wish everybody the best in this situation. Rest in peace to Takeoff. My condolences to his family. My condolences to Quavo, Offset. At the end of the day.
Now, I got to speak on something real quick. The timeline between 2:30 and then 2:30, the one he got shot, and 2:30 was in the video. So them timelines add up tremendously. That's a little weird, I gotta say. So you got a video that was at 2:30, then you have him being shot at 2:30. So we have that, but as far as like the pants goes, the hands on it and stuff, I could actually just say that has nothing to do with anything. The RIP sign on there is Halloween, so maybe it was put on there, guys. But him getting hit with a stray bullet, and some things add up to be, suspicious, or what you call conspiracy theorists, I guess, putting stuff together is what you can call it, guys. But look, Hollywood, as we know, is actually, well, it gets crazy. So who knows what happened, guys? But the guy actually was arrested that actually did shoot Takeoff. So we do know that much. And RIP Takeoff. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and finish up this video.
This is a family, divided and broken. And I just pray that, the only shining light with this death is that this death brings everyone back together and they realize how short and how precious life is. And I also hope that it, eventually just wakes up hip hop, because we have to start asking ourselves, why is this always happening in hip hop? We don't get these, every 3-month murders in pop, in rock and roll, in country. It's something with the energy and the vibration that's going on in hip hop that we're dealing with so many dead rappers, like literally one rapper after another. And it's just really, really heartbreaking because these rappers are not even making it to old age like the rock and roll stars. I mean, yeah, we have our Jay-Z's and Nas's, but what about the kids that are growing up with our children's generation? They're not even making it to 30. So it's just really sad that this young man lost his life and for nothing. He was literally just sitting there, not engaged in anything, not playing dice, not a part of the argument or the fight, and he lost his life. And this is why, again, I always tell people that you have to look at the people that you surround yourself with, because you may not be involved in anything. You might be the chill one out the group, but sometimes other people's actions, and I'm not blaming anybody because we don't know the full story, right? But sometimes other people's actions can lead to innocent people's demise. So I think, people may have to take a look at their friend group. And if you have a friend that's volatile, that's quick to anger, that's quick to pop off, you may want to fall back from them, because we're living in a season right now where people do not care. The fact that There are 50 people in a room and somebody had no qualms pulling out a gun. And let's not forget, 2 other people were shot too. You know, unfortunately, Takeoff died, but there were 2 others shot. So this person had no problem shooting recklessly. A whole shootout broke out for something as simple as a bad joke and a possible dice game. So it's sad that we devalue life and that we do not appreciate the life that God has given us. So on that note, you guys, thank you so much for taking time out to watch this video. Y'all, please stay safe, stay prayed up, pray when you leave your home, and pray when you make it back safe. I will talk to you guys later. Have a
Well, there you guys go. Takeoff fatally shot in Houston. Look, stray bullet hit Takeoff. So you have 3 others that were shot. So, guys, this is out of control. He's at a dice game. He's minding his own business. He's outside, and he gets hit with a stray bullet and loses his life. And in the videos before that he shot, the RIP sign, the hands on his, outfit reaching up, all that stuff, I don't think has anything to do with his death. But the timelines, the time that was stamped at 2:30 and 2:30 he got shot, and stuff like that, that actually adds up to something to me. Now, this person reaching a little bit? That's all, this is her saying this stuff, so I'm not the one to judge that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Anyways, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe to the channel, it's highly appreciated. Salute to Creek Squad, Rebel Nation. I love you guys. YouTube family, I love you guys. Your boy Jesus is out. Thank you guys.